This time, it's big trouble in Little Lancashire with a 7-year-old squabble.
This house is just too small for us now.
I love this house. We're pretty happy where we are.
About a teeny tiny pocket-sized home.
It is dinky, though.
It's very small.
That has Kirstie scrambling for all her magical props.
I have to get out the wand, the broomstick, crystal ball.
Yes.
And Phil bringing out the big guns.
It's 80% bigger than yours is.
80%? Goodness me.
There's mischief afoot on Team Love It.
We've gone for a slightly bigger extension.
No, really?
This is dedication to staying in the same location.
And an astonishing curveball for Team List It.
I think Phil might be right.
All to solve the big question.
Are you going to love it?
Or list it.
We're heading to Lancashire and the charming village of Scorton, which lies just to the north of Preston.
Lancashire.
Yes. What fun facts have you
You
brought?
used to take the mickey out of my fun facts.
I don't know, I'm
And now
riveted by your fun
actually
facts.
you relish them, don't you?
Yeah, I like hearing it.
Preston had the very first motorway.
Did it?
Preston bypass, I think it was in the late 50s.
OK.
I do have a definition. What does Scorton actually mean?
Does it mean ditch?
It means farmstead near a ditch or ravine.
This is just beautiful, this countryside. I can quite see why someone would want to live around here.
And one half of our couple certainly does. Meet Joanne.
I'm Team Love It. I love this house. It's in a good little cul-de-sac with friendly neighbours. It's got a nice aspect onto a garden which isn't overlooked, and it's a nice family home.
But husband Nick thinks the opposite.
I'm definitely Team List It. This house is just too small for us now. Time's come. We've got to find something bigger.
This London lad and Yorkshire lass met while on holiday on the island paradise of Bali. And after following each other around the UK, they finally bought this 3-bedroom dormer bungalow together.
It was a chance to do up the whole house, so we literally did every room, one after the other after the other. We had no money or no budget at all to do it.
So we turned the stairs round and we put in a small landing at the very top of the stairs. Downstairs, we've added the utility on at the side, which is a godsend. So we've done bits to the house, but we haven't gone big.
And that is the problem, because with 2 growing children, Senan and Joshi, this dormer bungalow is now a very crowded house.
The size of the house, I think, is just we've outgrown it, so as a family, but that's just me.
It's not so much the number of rooms as the size of the rooms that's the issue for Nick.
Hi! What are you doing here? What? I don't think the house functions as well as it could do. The entrance is very small. There's a lot of clutter in the house, which is just a byproduct of having a family now. All right, Sam, what are you doing in here? Everybody's in the kitchen. You know, we're forever in and out of the kitchen now, and you're just tripping over people, the cat, everything.
You can feel a little bit confined, and I think maybe Nick's feeling a little bit squeezed and wants a bit more space.
When you have to walk in like certain lines through the house just to get through the house, then yeah, definitely.
That is an exaggeration. There is no way.
After 16 years in Scorton, Joanne is firmly rooted in the local community and is not prepared to move away.
I think the area of Scotland is really nice, and I think the place we're at with the neighbours and the little cul-de-sac and everything else is really nice.
The school runs are really easy, by the way, so moving too far away might not be the answer, but...
So perhaps the answer is to stay.
Nah,
You see?
maybe.
But just change, change it a little bit.
Currently, all the rooms on the ground floor are separate. There's a sitting room at the front, a family bathroom, a narrow kitchen, and a recently added utility extension, and a dining room, which Joanne uses to work from home, which is also a thoroughfare to get upstairs, where there are 3 bedrooms coming off a tiny landing and an ensuite. Joanne has a very strong emotional connection to the home they've created, which she also sees as a safe space for their growing children.
Joshi has communication issues, he's got learning difficulties, he's quite food motivated, so it's quite a struggle with the kitchen, if you like. That's why I couldn't possibly have a kitchen maybe without a door or a gate or something, because he'd just be in there. You need to have a space where you can hear him and you know where he is.
Excuse me, Joshy Roo. Excuse me, Mummy.
But Nick wants the best for his family and thinks what Joshy and his sister needs is a better designed space elsewhere.
I've already promised sending a swimming pool, which is probably slightly beyond the realms of reality. What? I just want something a little bit bigger just for the family time, and I think we miss out on a few things like, dinner time and just, space in the garden for Josh and Sen to run around and... Oh, hold on a second.
Team love it. Have the support of a little 7-year-old who loves her house and of a 5-year-old who loves scootering up and down this cul-de-sac. So we're pretty happy where we are. I don't really want to move for moving's sake, and I don't think we're at a point now where we have to move. But it doesn't matter about the time. If
It's not moving's sake, is it? Come on.
If you have a house that you enjoy being in and in a place that you enjoy living in, then it doesn't mean you necessarily have to move.
Two entirely opposing opinions here, Phil.
I think it's time for us to step in.
The phrase cute as a button springs to mind.
Very small button. Hello.
You must be Nick.
Hi.
I am.
Very nice to meet you.
Hi, Nick.
Come
I'm
on,
Phil.
there.
Hi,
Come on in.
So, who wants to love, who wants to list?
I'm definitely team list it.
I'm team love it.
We both said that very confidently, very clearly, and absolutely no hesitation. Has this debate been going on for a little while?
Definitely. It's time we moved on and tried somewhere else and see where our luck takes us.
I love my little house. It's got a nice garden. It's in a great little cul-de-sac. It's got a super school. The kids are really happy here, and so am I.
If you're being completely honest, what's wrong with the house from your perspective?
Since the little ones have come, we've not really sort of redecorated. The most I've done is as a utility on the side, which has been really helpful. I think perhaps layout, there can be some changes made. But I think in terms of space, with two little ones, because they're not teenagers yet, so
No.
it's quite manageable.
That's your staircase.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this room is not really a room, it's a corridor.
Yes and no, because we don't tend to go upstairs that lot. The children aren't of an age where they've got friends round, so they're having to run
I
upstairs.
love
all
that
the time.
bit when the one who wants to stay starts defending the house.
Nick, how about you? What are your feelings on the house?
It all comes down to space. Space in the kitchen, space in the living rooms, the bedrooms. I think the garden could be bigger. I think all of our rooms are just that bit too small for our family now.
There are a few extra complications with Joshy. Will you just explain what that is?
Just Josh is 5,
Yeah.
and he has learning difficulties with traits of autism. He can't talk, and he's very much to his own agenda. He's a happy little lad. But in terms of the space we're in, you see, it's quite difficult because he likes going, he's quite food motivated. He'll go into the cupboards and try and find food. So we have to manage him.
But I can certainly see why the environment that he and you know,
Yeah.
safe community, I can see why that would be attractive, why you want to stay within that.
That's right.
But surely you'd like a bit more space.
I don't mind the idea of more space, but I think we can do a little bit more here.
Comfort is the killer of all ambition, for me anyway. So let's take some hard decisions. And we
I love this.
have made hard decisions in the past, yeah. And I think once Joanne sees what we can now afford, her mindset will change. She will go, wow.
I think we better go and have a look around. Well, it does what it says on the packaging, doesn't it?
It's done them very well.
It's a known quantity.
Yeah.
And it's a lovely community and a lovely place. It is dinky, though.
Very small.
Well, this is a first. I'd usually be suggesting knocking through for a bigger kitchen diner. But given that going open plan might not suit the family or Josh's current needs, it's going to need a lot more thought, and the solution is far from obvious.
Look, here's the kitchen. And I thought I heard Joanne say she had a new utility, but look, the washing machine's
Yeah,
in
she
there.
said she'd put one on.
Oh, right. OK. They just haven't put plumbing in here, so the only thing that's in here is the tumble dryer and the fridge.
If the main issue is lack of space downstairs, the upstairs of this dormer bungalow is going to be even more cramped.
It's just not big enough.
It's just not big enough, no.
Right, this is Senan's room. Yes, she is going to grow out of it. I'm beginning to think Phil might be right. Ooh. Can't believe that sentence escaped my mouth.
Caught on camera there, Kirstie.
I'm going to have to squeeze every penny out of my Love It budget of £50,000 to £70,000. because I sense we may have to explore going up and out.
It's not big enough.
I can see why Nick feels it's time to move. Fortunately, my listed budget of $550,000 is around £150,000 above the average sold price of a detached property in this part of Lancashire. Lovely jubbly.
But there's almost £24,000 in stamp duty and moving costs on top of that. Even if I am starting to agree with you, it's certainly a consideration.
The whole house needs a revamp. I've got my work cut out, but it's about how best to add value.
There's absolutely no doubt Joanne wants to stay and doesn't want to move just because they've got some money and they can. She loves this house. So there's a lot of emotions wrapped up.
I know you always say you're the one who has the tough job, Kirstie, but this time I think that might actually be true.
Kirstie, both neighbours have extended, but the danger is you're then taking up even more of the garden.
I disagree, actually. It's not whether you make it too big or not, it's whether it goes over the ceiling price for the street.
We understand the dilemmas that you both face, and I can see that you're both quite entrenched in your own positions. Let's talk about the search, which I'm really looking forward to. What would it take for you to move here? What would I need to find?
Probably about 4 bedrooms, somewhere that's very bright and airy, a nice big garden and space, and somewhere that's in a safe spot as well for Josh.
More bedrooms, some office space, so just everything a bit bigger.
We will explore everything, and we'll have a good time doing it.
We've not really invested much in the house, so I'm looking forward to seeing what can be done to make it a better space for us all.
We'll see how it turns out.
Given a bit of spend on it and seeing what it can be, I think he'll like it. I think he'll come round.
It's got to be a bigger house, but it's going to be exciting. Beautiful countryside, nice budget.
Phil, you're going house hunting. I have to get out the wand, the broomstick,
Yeah.
the
Yes.
crystal ball,
Yes.
the whole lot.
It's going to be a good one.
I don't really want to move for moving's sake.
This house is just too small for us now. Time's come, we've got to find something bigger.
In the peaceful village of Scorton in Lancashire, battle lines have been drawn between Joanne and Nick, who both want the very best for their growing children, but have very different ideas of what that looks like. For Nick, it's a big move.
I'm quite conscious of being comfortable, you know, like you can always be comfortable, and then actually that's the easy decision. Sometimes the harder decision gets you a better outcome.
But for Joanne, it's working with what they already have.
It's the sort of space that you could do things with. And I think if the change was made, then I think Nick would be a little bit more, let's just stay then.
With a Love-It budget of up to £70,000, I have to come up with an ingenious solution to make more space within a very restricted footprint.
If I had £1 for every time someone said to me, oh, if I could just pick up this house and put it in a different location. Here, we have the opposite problem. The location's great. It's the house that's not right.
This family is growing out of their house fast, and they need quick solutions.
There's all sorts we can do. There's all sorts we could do. I'm going to be a bit more positive about this. Will it be a Love-It? Do I deserve for it to be a Love-It? Not so sure.
Either way, it's my job to find a solution that will put an end to 7 years of push and pull. And you know what? I think I have it.
I see its limits, but I think there is a lot you could do to this house. This, I'm trying to think of a polite expression for sod all.
That is a very useful little space.
It's not actually doing anything that effective. It's not plumbed. It's not functioning properly. So, this is what we're going to do.
By replacing the lean-to that houses the utility with an insulated brick extension, the kitchen could be made much bigger. The utility could then be moved to a cupboard in the hallway, where it would be accessed through a newly renovated bathroom. Installing double doors between the kitchen and dining room would help manage any access issues with Joshi, and the addition of a large dining table would encourage the family to spend more time together. It's clear that the upstairs also needs to be future-proofed. Adding a dormer to the third bedroom would ensure that Senan doesn't outgrow her room too soon, and it would add value.
All of this would cost approximately £62,000.
OK.
you don't want to muck about with spending any more than that.
Sure.
Because you will get very, very close to the ceiling price of the street. Are you happy with the idea of this?
I am. It gives us a bigger kitchen with a family table that Nick wanted.
There are different ways of doing this, but 100% I guarantee you this house will look sensational.
And that sounds really exciting. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. Brilliant, yeah. Let's do it. Can we start now? We still team list it 100%, but maybe 98% now because there's some fantastic plans in there, and just looking forward to seeing how they turn out.
I'm just looking forward to getting the house sorted and a good practical space, and I think it'll do us for quite a few years to come.
Those plans went down well. Phil may think he has this in the bag. Phil may be wrong.
Someone's perked up. Getting Joanne to consider leaving Scorton is going to be a tough sell. But I've been given a healthy budget of £550,000 to show them how much more they could get by listing.
I know, Joanne, particularly, you're super comfortable where you are and you love it. But that's as much about the community in the area as it is the house, isn't it?
Well, I thought we could have some fun for 5 or 6 years, whether that's living by the sea or
Yeah.
just living somewhere different. And if it don't work out longer term, then okay.
Of course, what's it not going to work out? Don't talk like this, Nick. She's listening.
Lots of
It's
reasons.
going to work out. Team Listic's going to nail this.
The first property I'm taking Joanne and Nick to is in Bolton Le Sands near Morecambe Bay, 15 miles from where they currently live. It's a charming village location with good local schools and lots of places to explore, including a beach within walking distance. The area is a bit more built up than they're used to, but this is an immaculately presented 4-bedroom detached house and well within budget at £525,000.
So we are in a little cul-de-sac, so not too dissimilar to yours. It's a bigger driveway, we've got a garage and a much bigger house.
Yeah, it's huge.
What do you think?
Ticks my boxes straight away.
It's a really well-sized house, and the price, it's £525, so under budget.
It's a nice looking house. It's got great curb appeal.
We can see the sea from the top of the window up there. I think we could be on for a winner here.
We better find out.
She loves the sea.
At the front of the house, there's a lounge and a separate study and access to the garage, which has a fully functioning utility space, something they don't have at home. At the back, it's a stunning open-plan kitchen diner with a separate reception room, which is just perfect for a growing family.
Now, I really like the layout of this house. Not only is it big, it's just laid out really nicely. But I think it's out the back here, they've done some really interesting things to it.
Yeah,
It's quite open plan, isn't it? Wow, right.
There is really good designation of space. So here is cooking, breakfast bar, homework. That's family dining.
It's ideal, isn't it? It's not cramped at all. I really like it, yeah. Then straight out into the garden as well.
It's 80% bigger than yours.
80%?
80%? Goodness me, wow.
At 525
Yeah.
with a layout that works.
Yeah.
Shows what you can get for your money,
Doesn't
doesn't
it? Yeah.
Right.
That's the general idea. I mean, it is well priced.
That's why we're doing this.
It's a really big space.
You can't quite see it all, though. I wanted to get your thoughts on this, because it's a really lovely little snug area.
Oh, wow. That's great.
However, I know that you do like to keep an eye on Joshy near the kitchen, so...
I mean, the thing about the open plan is you'd be able to hear him, you see. So you wouldn't necessarily always have to see him.
OK. Have a look around the bedrooms. There's 4 of them. One of them's actually already converted into a walk-in wardrobe. Going well.
As well as the 4 bedrooms Joanne wanted, there's a family bathroom and the main bedroom has an ensuite too.
Little dressing room. Oh, wow.
Very nice.
That's great. I'm going to sound really boring, but that's great storage up there.
Great storage, yeah.
Use this space really well. It's really good for ideas.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute, Joanne. You're not supposed to be nicking ideas for your current house.
Like this.
Yeah, definitely.
Right into the bedroom.
There's a lot of light in here,
Yeah.
and this is a good use of space. It's a shame it doesn't really have a view out over the garden.
Now, I know they're used to peaceful village life, so location could be the sticking point here.
What's the views like? Can you see the sea?
Oh, good shout. Let's have a look.
I don't know.
Oh, no. Well, that's a bit disappointing.
Oh, well, you can hear it maybe. Can't see it.
Hit a bit of a roadblock here, Phil.
Just a little bump, nothing to worry about just yet.
Oh, is this the garage?
All right, yeah. Bit of space there.
Oh, look, it's got an utility as well. That's handy. Right.
I'm impressed with Joanne's positivity so far. She really has come into this with an open mind, given everything that they need to consider.
Well, as you can see, the garden's on different levels.
Yep.
So a little bit hard to play football, but it is a decent size. And actually, whilst it's overlooked a little bit at the back, in the summer, when you'd
Sure.
be using it, there'd be leaves on the trees and it
Yes.
wouldn't feel quite as exposed. But what's going through your minds?
I absolutely love the space. I can't get over this 80% that you told me at the start. It's just a number that we can get that for what we've got a budget for.
Joanna, how about you?
The big thing for me, yeah, has been overlooked, I think. There's just a few too many houses around from what we sort of used to, and the fact you can't look out and see a little bit of countryside. I think that's missing too. I think we prefer a little bit more of a more village location.
I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
And I hope that you're learning a lot, particularly you, Joanne, to see that 525, OK, it's a good price, but it's a lot of house. Leave it with me, we'll see what else the market turns up, and I shall be in touch.
Look forward to it.
Strong start for Team List It. If Joanne can keep an open mind, this house absolutely shows her that they can get what they want, the space, the style, the size, the price. I think I can improve the position of it, the location, but otherwise, yeah, I'm super pleased.
He's given us food for thought, definitely, but it's about location as well, and about that sort of community and safe places as well for the little ones to play.
It maybe just didn't quite hit everything we were looking for. Good start, but I don't think we'll be convincing Joanne to list it anytime soon with this one.
Don't fret, Nick. I've still got plenty up my sleeve to bring Joanne over to Team List It.
5 months after I set out my extension plans for this teeny tiny family home, the renovation is in full swing and the dormer's gone in upstairs. But downstairs, there's a sneaky tweak or two to my frugal floor plan.
We're looking to make some small changes to Kirstie's plans. Nothing major, but hopefully we can incorporate a little bit more extension, some new ideas about where to put the utility.
They've oversized my original plan, which will give them an extra 18 square metres of much-needed space downstairs.
So we've got the kitchen, the bathroom, the hallway, but it's going to add a few more quid to the budget. But yeah, hoping to get as much space into the house as possible, aren't we?
Yeah. Which is great, though an increase in spend could take them over the ceiling price for this area. But they have to do what's right for them, or for Joanne anyway.
So I still think we'll end up listing. This is great, but we could have something a bit more space. And we're just really restricted with the footprint at the moment. And that's never going to change.
I think given all the transformation that's going to happen here, this house has really got the opportunity to shine, and I think it'll win everyone over.
In Scorton, Lancashire, Joanne and Nick are around 7 months into the renovation of their 3-bed dormer bungalow.
Walls have come down now, so you can see the new space, and it's exciting. So next we're going to be looking at where the plumbing goes and where the electricity goes. We've got the patio doors and the roof lanterns to come in.
I think we've lost a little bit of garden, patio and stuff like that, but I think Kirstie will like the changes. Hopefully some buyers will as well when we sell it. So.
Joanne and Nick have supersized Kirstie's plan and are spending over £20,000 more on the build. But Team List It got off to a strong start too, and I'm pulling out all the stops to convince Joanne that the future lies elsewhere.
I'll be really honest, I have been up against the fact that you live in Scorton and it is such a stunning spot and you love it. That's quite difficult
All
to
good
find
reasons to
comparison.
say.
You go, Phil, you're welcome to my world. Yeah.
The next stop on our road trip is the peaceful village of Storth in Cumbria. Sitting on a generous corner plot, this house is over budget at $585,000, but ticks 2 crucial boxes on their wish list: good schools and village life.
We are really quietly and safely tucked away in another cul-de-sac. No busy roads.
No. Spot on.
This is great in terms of safety for both of them out on their little scooters and bikes, and
And for noise, it's lovely and quiet, isn't it?
it's very quiet. So
Well, it wouldn't always be quiet because the school is just right there.
okay.
but that means we are in the heart of the village. The school is really popular and really well known for doing things a bit differently. They pride themselves on how they nurture children. It's at 585, so we've come up a little bit, but that is because of where it is.
Yeah.
But let me show you around.
Great.
Inside, you're welcomed into an impressive open-plan kitchen diner, perfect for family time. There's a separate utility where clutter can be hidden away, and there's ample space in the garage as well. There's an office and a large living room with sliding doors that take you straight into the garden. Great for keeping an eye on the kids when they're playing outside.
Come on in. We've got a circular layout, which I rather liked. Living room, office.
oh wow.
Very good.
And then through to the kitchen diner, but there's also comfy seating area.
Oh, it's big, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then back to the front door. I love a house with the circle.
Yeah. We've not been in one
Kids.
before.
Round and round.
As fast as you can.
Yeah. I'm sensing, actually, you like the village and the position.
Yeah.
As much as the house.
Yeah, you've been smiling since we got out of the car.
Yeah.
That's your sad face.
Something out there
All right.
that might make you smile a little bit more.
Okay.
Waiting outside is what really drew me to this house. Access into the local park, where the kids can safely run around as much as they like.
Now, the garden is a wraparound garden, and it's not particularly big, but
Aha.
Oh wow. Oh gosh, look at that.
There's your extra garden.
Wow, that's amazing.
access to it is from the corner, so you just walk
Okay.
around the back of this house.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know, you can watch them.
That's
I could
fantastic.
go and play with them.
Yeah.
There's a net, there's a football pitch.
I know the whole safety thing, particularly for Josh, is forefront of mind because your neighbours know you, know him, everybody locally knows him, and you want to hold on to that.
Yes.
But it just feels that this would be a pretty similar environment.
It's a great environment for him, really. Yeah, it's nearly got me, that one.
Nearly. I can't
Go
do
with
better
that.
than nearly. Should I get on the phone to Kirstie?
Hold off.
I'll call the agent. You need to see the upstairs.
Upstairs, there's 4 spacious bedrooms, all with views of the surrounding countryside. There's a family bathroom, plus the main bedroom has an ensuite shower room.
I love the view out of this window. You can see the park and see the fells. It's lovely.
It's a big room.
Yeah, it is. No, it's a good space. It's nice.
Yeah. So that's 3 bedroom, and that's not the main one. Then there must be a 4th one.
Let's turn this bit through here.
Oh wow. Okay.
Right, okay.
Come and join me in this one. This is actually the main bedroom.
Oh, it's another bedroom. Wow.
How are we doing Team Love It, Team List It? Joanne, you got a one foot or one
Yeah.
foot coming over?
You're pressing some buttons, I tell you. It's particularly with this house.
Look, you've got big decisions and you don't need to take them now. You've got to finish off what you're doing at home. I've got to see what else comes onto the market that suits. Let's leave it there.
Let's see. It's a brilliant triangle of park, school, house, and a great village. Great location. Exactly what we were looking for.
I really like this house. The layout's great. There's good-sized bedrooms, the space all around it, and the fact that you're not overlooked. It would be nice to have a bigger garden, definitely. It's very safe being in the cul-de-sac. It's a nice village feel. So yeah, it does tick a lot of boxes.
I'm so close to convincing Joanne over to Team List It, and I still have one more roll of the dice.
Back in Scorton, Joanne is fully committed to improving their home. She hopes this will allow the family to stay in the safe community they're familiar with. It's been around 5 months since the start of the build, and work on the extension is well underway. Walls are up, and huge lantern lights have been installed.
Ooh, proper side extension. This is really posh. Oh my God, it's not just a side extension. Wow. They've really gone for it. This is dedication to staying in the same location. Right, let's go and find the lady of the house.
It It's an impressive 24 square metre wraparound extension, which gives them nearly 4 times more kitchen diner space. But I really need to ensure they use it in the right way. First up, we need to discuss the change with the utility. But with Nick away on last-minute business, Joanne is talking me through the changes.
We've gone for a sort of like slightly bigger extension than originally planned.
No, really?
If you do a bit of an extension, you might as well do the whole thing because you'll regret it if you don't.
No, exactly.
So we thought,
good advice.
Let's go for it.
By extending further into the garden, the utility will now sit in a newly created space between the kitchen and the bathroom. And by adjusting the entrance into the bathroom, more space has been created in the hall.
Oh, I am jealous of that.
Brand new utility. The original plan was to put it in the cupboard in the bathroom.
Yes.
But I just didn't want to lose the space that a utility gives you, particularly for...
That is great.
Joanne is throwing everything at this. And whilst the new utility will be brilliant, I'm still concerned over what the final spend will be. We need to ensure that this huge new space works for the whole family, especially Joshi, and adds value should they sell. I suggested internal doors in my original plan, and given that they have supersized it, breaking up the space to allow for the kitchen to be closed off is now even more important.
Are you planning on having anything that visually divides the sitting area from the kitchen area?
Yes, the part of the plan was to try and have some sort of pocket door or sliding door, something that could keep Josh out of the kitchen. So
I see. So the whole thing would be concertina sliding.
Yes, and it'd all be parked just there where those yellow marks are on the wall.
Okie doke.
It's hopefully going to give us the extra space that we want and, you know, persuade Nick that we'll stay here a bit longer. At least.
I think you've got it in the bag, Joanne. I think you've got it in the bag. I really do.
Joanne is really flourishing with the job of renovating. She's got this all under control.
Sounds like it's time for me to up my game. I'm also going to have to go bigger and better with the search.
Whilst the work's been going on as well, we've been staying in here on caravan sites. They've had a lot of park space and open space, and we've been playing football outside. I think for Joanne, she's realised that a garden's a lot more important than maybe it was before. So.
OK, understood.
For my final pick, we're back in Lancashire and the market town of Poulton-le-Fylde. It's very close to the coast, so there are plenty of seaside trips to be had. And this spacious family home sits in a sought-after area and is a steal of £525,000.
So this is a no-through road.
OK.
All right.
And that's a farm at the end.
Great.
So nobody else will come past.
Excellent.
So this is it. Big detached house.
It looks lovely.
Yeah.
What I think we've all learned as search has gone on is that the garden has become super important. So why don't we start out the back?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, when I say it's spacious, I really mean it. And the star of the show has to be the southeast-facing garden. There's plenty of space for all sorts of games, entertaining, chickens, and hot tubs.
Look at that.
But come up here, because this is what it's all about.
Oh, wow, that's
Yeah.
lovely.
Lovely, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
what a great space. That's fantastic.
You know, it's private, not overlooked.
Yeah. Football, cricket, baseball, all sorts of things, can you? All at once, yeah.
Let's head to the kitchen.
OK.
Inside, there's a huge lounge with French doors opening out into the back garden, from which a watchful eye can be kept on the kids. Opposite is a study which is currently being used as a fourth bedroom for guests. The utility room sits in the middle of the house, the separate space that Joanne really wants. And at the back is a fantastic open-plan kitchen diner, which also has a generous seating area for the family time Nick desperately craves.
Straight into the kitchen.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, lovely. It's
lovely,
big
isn't
enough, isn't it?
Yes, it is big, it's bright, it's open.
And the light coming through is excellent.
I know that it's important to you guys to be able to close off the kitchen, which you can do here. 3 bedrooms upstairs, all with en-suites, all massive, and you will love the dressing room. Do you want to have a wander? Here, you help yourself.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll catch you up.
Great, thank you very much.
For more views of the impressive garden, the main bedroom is to the rear and has French doors leading out onto a Juliet balcony. And for Senan and Joshi, there are 2 great-sized bedrooms to the front.
Oh, wow.
Nice one.
This is a really big space, isn't it?
Yeah, good view out the front window there.
Yes. Oh, it's a bathroom.
Senna would love her own shower, wouldn't she?
She would, yeah. This is like a dressing room,
you walk
isn't it?
through the dressing room to get to
Oh, wow.
OK, right.
Look at that. It's amazing outside.
Right, so this is my room. Where you go.
Oh, that's a flip.
That's nice, isn't it? Like a big family bathroom, isn't it? It's an
It's
ensuite,
huge.
yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
really big one, yeah.
This is like a separate wing of a house.
Come and join me all the way down this end.
It's a long way, this. Knackered.
How'd you get on upstairs?
The en-suites and everything with the bedrooms were brilliant, and the dressing room was amazing.
It's good, isn't it?
Really big.
That's what this search has really been about. It's demonstrating that if you move a little bit further out, that kind of money gets you an awful lot of property.
Yeah.
I understand that they need the space now. This is the thing. We can try and create that space within the house, but the outside becomes more important.
Joanne, are you dipping your toe into moving? Come on, dip that toe over the fence. Come on.
You're doing good, you're doing good. It was all about more space for me, and I think the first house, second house, third house has just been a build-up to showing Joanne the footprint we can get, and whether she's swayed or not yet, I'm not quite sure.
I think the house is great. I think the garden's right. Location, not quite right, but it's certainly given me food for thought.
Gotta say, Kirstie, I've loved having an easy ride for once.
Pipe down, Pip. The transformation back in Scorton is going to leave you speechless. Exactly a year to the day since we first met them, we are on our way back to catch up with Joanne and Nick in Scorton, Lancashire.
So how are you feeling about today?
I mean, I don't want to say too much because I really want to see what you think. Because obviously you muck about, and when we go into the house,
What do you mean I muck about?
Well, you do muck around because you're always like, you've done this and you spent too much, and you're like focusing on.
Well,
whether
I tell you
they're
what I'm
gonna list it or
interested
not.
to see
Yeah.
is how much of the already small garden has been taken up by
No,
the
it wasn't that
extension.
smaller garden.
So, mine will be a gin and tonic today. Celebrate the list.
Do you know what? I think we're just celebrating being involved with Joanne and Nick and the kids.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Discovering Scorton in Lancashire.
That's
and,
very nice. I like
You know, I mean, it's one of those days where you just think, wow, this is a good job.
Well, someone's in a good mood today.
Oh, the sun's out, Phil.
it. Always sunny in Lancashire.
Always sunny in
That's
Lancashire.
the rule.
You see, Phil, it doesn't look that different
Doesn't
from the
look
outside.
any different at all.
No, it does.
Creativity at its highest.
OK, don't you start with me.
Hello, hello. How are we doing?
Hello.
Nice to
Good to see you. Come in and see what we've done.
Excellent.
Now, after 17 years in the same home and 2 growing children to think about, Nick was ready for a change and wanted bigger and better for his family somewhere else. But Joanne was adamant that the house had more to give, and I think she had a point. The renovations have really delivered. Maximising on every inch possible by extending out sideways and into the garden, the kitchen and family room have doubled in size. Sliding doors help maintain the sense of 2 separate rooms, but can also be opened up to create a larger living space, helping Joanne and Nick keep an eye on the kids when needed.
So there we are, Phil.
Ta-da.
I don't recognise it at all.
What do you think?
That way.
Whoa! Oh my word! I was not expecting that.
This is absolutely the ideal.
That's cool.
Because you've got completely closed off kitchen.
Yes.
Absolute ability to do stuff in the kitchen,
Yeah.
not be interfered with
Yeah.
with meddling kids, and at the same time have a totally open-style family space.
Yeah.
Roof lanterns flood the area with light, and by sticking to a white canvas, the room feels even bigger. And by adding some botanical flourishes, Joanne has given the space personality.
You've done an absolutely... You've both done a...
Well, I did pick that piece of wood off the fireplace.
You didn't?
Yeah, I did.
There's the
I went
one
to the shop.
little contribution, yeah.
It's just lovely.
It is really lovely.
It works incredibly
That
well.
I was not
It is
expecting
absolutely stunning.
By supersizing my plans, a whole new utility area has been created and the kitchen has even more room to be clutter-free. But an increase in extension also means an increase in spend.
that. It's 6 foot that way.
It's 6 foot out into the garden and 6 foot out
that
to the
way.
side.
It's not a huge extension in terms of square footage. It is a massive transformational extension in terms of the space.
Look at us.
I know.
What have you done?
I don't know what.
Nicholas.
She's done good. She's done good. I didn't think she'd do this good. So, I think our utility room used to be the same size as our kitchen.
I know.
You know, it feels like that now.
We've really
Yeah.
created a lot of space, and it feels light, it feels airy.
Yeah, it does.
It feels like, you know, garden coming inside the house, the outside didn't feel that I
Your
wanted.
big smile. Can we have a look at the garden?
We can go out and look at it. It's all been returfed for you as well, Phil. So.
Excellent.
I want to look... I'm going to go upstairs with Joanne. I want to see what's happened up there.
Come on, Phil. Let's get outside. Well, welcome to the shortened garden.
Yes. I mean, it wasn't a big garden to start with,
No.
and it's a slightly smaller garden now.
Yeah.
But can Joshy kick a football round?
He can. Yeah, no, he's got a cracking left foot, better than me, and we have to go and tap on the neighbours' doors to go and get the
Okay.
balls back every now and again.
Wouldn't have to do that in some of those houses we looked at.
You
would we?
wouldn't know. But we've got more indoor space, and
Yes.
that's why we did what we did.
The dimensions of the downstairs bathroom remain unaltered, but it's been given a whole new look. And the work has continued upstairs. Daughter Senan was in danger of outgrowing her room, which would have made staying here nigh on impossible. But by adding a dormer window, they've maximised the usable space available and surely bought themselves more time in this house.
What a difference a window makes. It's a perfect room, isn't it? It's cosy, but not boxy. It's got all this light.
It's made this room into a proper bedroom, and we've put in
Yeah.
the fitted wardrobes for her as well.
Yeah.
And so now we've got 3 decent-sized rooms.
Yeah. I can't tell you how impressed I am.
Thank
The
you.
whole thing.
I wanted to put a stamp on it, you know, and not make it too like everybody else's house.
Yeah. And also the other thing is, it doesn't read that you've had to make all those extra provisions to protect Joshy. And that's what's really nice about this house, is it's a house for everybody.
We wanted to try and create a space that he could just be himself in,
Yeah.
and that we could close off if we needed to, and he can just have the run of the place.
Yeah.
Continuing with the botanical theme, Joanne and Nick's ensuite has had a makeover too.
I have to admit, they've gone above and beyond to make this house work for them.
So does this mean Nick's about to switch sides?
Well, Joanne was wowed by what Team Listit had to offer.
It feels like someone else's house at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here looking around, and I can't believe how good it is, and it doesn't feel like it's ours.
Has the experience of being in the caravan out of Scorton helped you realise there is life outside of this village?
It has a little bit, I have to admit it, just a little bit. It's been nice to be aware. We've stayed in a couple of rural places as well, where we've been close to the sea. But then to come here and know your neighbours and the community and see familiar faces, we've liked that too.
That sounds like a Listed to me.
It does,
doesn't it?
Well, if you are looking, let's see what you'd be looking with.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Really interested.
Average pre-renovation valuation on this house, 228,000.
Right.
Okay.
Spend.
It's probably about 85, 86,000.
So, if it was valued on average at 228,000, and if you'd spend 85, Nick, you're a numbers man. What would we need to be looking at as a new valuation?
Something north of 300.
The average post-renovation valuation comes in at 331,000.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yes, and that is the average.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well done. Well
Well done, Joanne.
Yeah, well done, yeah. Well done, me and Joanne.
I think those figures are really impressive.
Yeah.
I'm
I
really
really do.
surprised at that.
And in this market and everything else.
Yeah.
Right, Nick. Joanne, are you going to love it?
Or list it?
We are going to...
Listed it.
I managed to say that with a smile and everything.
You are absolutely right. You have been at the heart of a community, and you may well find a house within this community if you want one.
I think what we've decided now is that it's the outside space.
You showed us that one with the park at the back. Somewhere similar to that would be amazing for us.
But I think viewing the house on the corner with the big garden was what made me think I could move there tomorrow. So, you know, and it made me think, well, if I was willing to do that, then maybe it means that I'm willing to go and find that house with a bigger garden.
It's made us get to this point where we've actually done something and feel really proud about what we've done.
You should. You've done it well.
It's a new chapter in our lives. Little ones are going to, look forward to the next 5 years, so are we. I think the future looks really exciting for us.
Here we are. Now you're a happy bunny.
I'm just really pleased for Nick and Joanne. The whole process has been great. And they've made money on their build. I mean, it just could not have worked out better.
It couldn't have worked out better. Just one thing before we drink to them. There was not a word about what they wanted for themselves. Did you notice that? It was all about family.
It's true.
All about the focus for what the kids wanted from the home.
What makes it work?
Yeah. It's thinking of other people.
Thinking of other people. And you bought the drinks.
And I bought the drinks, yeah.
I'm in a very happy place right now.
You're in a triple win, Phil. Triple win.
If you'd like our help deciding whether to love it or list it, apply online at channel4.com/takepart.